So, when you think of robots in movies, you probably picture something like the Terminator or maybe even Wall-E, right? It feels like science fiction, something far off in the future. But what if I told you that future is already here? And it's not just in factories or our homes, it's happening right now, in some of the most intense and dangerous places on Earth. The line between science fiction and reality is getting blurrier every single day. And the technology that was once confined to Hollywood blockbusters is now being deployed in the real world, making life or death decisions. This isn't just about remote-controlled drones anymore. We're talking about machines with brains of their own. Today, we're looking at 5 AI-enabled military robots that are already being used on the battlefield. These aren't prototypes locked away in a lab. These are fully operational systems deployed by militaries around the globe. We're going to peel back the curtain and look at the incredible engineering and the complex artificial intelligence that allows these machines to see, think, and act in situations where human lives are on the line. So, buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the world of autonomous warfare. We'll explore the science behind how they work, the specific missions they're designed for, and see them in action. This is the cutting edge of robotics and AI, and it's changing the face of global security as we speak. We'll break down the tech, look at real-world footage, and really get to the bottom of how these incredible machines are operating right now. Let's get into it. Alright, first up we're heading to one of the most heavily fortified borders in the world, the Korean Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ. This strip of land separating North and South Korea is tense, to say the least. So to help keep watch, South Korea developed something straight out of a video game, the SGR-A1 Sentry Gun. Now this isn't just a camera on a pole, it's a fully autonomous robotic system designed to be the first line of defense. It's equipped with high-resolution cameras, thermal imagers, and a laser rangefinder, allowing it to see in any weather, day or night. It's like giving a soldier superhuman vision. But here's where the AI really kicks in, and this is the part that blows my mind. The SGR-A1 software uses sophisticated pattern recognition algorithms to distinguish between animals, trees, and humans. It can supposedly track multiple targets simultaneously from over 2 miles away. The AI analyzes movement patterns and body heat signatures to determine if something is a potential threat. If it detects a person crossing into a restricted area, it doesn't just start firing. First, its AI tries to make contact. It uses voice recognition to challenge the intruder, demanding a password. It's a thinking, talking turret. Now the final step is where things get really serious. If the intruder fails to provide the correct code or displays hostile intent, the system alerts a human command center. And while the robot is technically capable of firing its 5.56mm machine gun or 40mm grenade launcher autonomously, for now, a human soldier always has the final say. It's a perfect example of human-machine teaming. The AI does the tedious, constant work of watching and identifying, freeing up the human soldier to make the critical final decision. It's a fascinating and slightly terrifying piece of engineering that's been standing guard for over a decade. This is the Uran-9, a Russian unmanned combat ground vehicle, or UCGV. Think of it as a robotic wingman for infantry units. Its job is to roll into dangerous situations first, providing reconnaissance and some serious firepower, all while the human operators stay back at a safe distance, typically up to 3 kilometers away. It's built to be a frontline brawler, armed with a 30mm autocannon, anti-tank missiles, and a machine gun. It's basically a remote-controlled arsenal on tracks. The really clever part is how it uses AI to become a more effective fighting machine. The Uran-9 is equipped with what's called an AI-driven fire control system. This means the robot can independently identify, track, and prioritize enemy targets. For example, its AI can be programmed to distinguish between a tank, a fortified position, and infantry soldiers, and then suggest the best weapon to use for each one. The human operator in the command vehicle sees this information overlaid on their screen, which helps them make faster, more accurate decisions in the heat of battle. It's like having an expert weapons officer built right into the machine. Its deployment in Syria provided some incredibly valuable and tough lessons. Early reports showed it had issues with connectivity and control, which is a huge problem when you're relying on a remote link. But this is exactly why real-world deployment is so important. The data collected from those missions is now being used to improve the AI's autonomy. The goal is to make it smart enough to complete parts of its mission on its own if the connection is lost, like automatically returning to a designated safe point or continuing to track a target it was already engaged with. It's a powerful machine that's constantly getting smarter. Okay, this next one is probably the one you've seen in viral videos, and it can look a little creepy. Meet the Vision 60, or as most people call it, the robot dog. Developed by Ghost Robotics, this machine is what's known as a QUGV, or Quadrupedal Unmanned Ground Vehicle. The US Air Force is already using these four-legged robots to patrol the perimeters of air bases. The reason for legs instead of wheels or tracks is simple versatility. This robot can go almost anywhere a human can. It can climb stairs, navigate rocky terrain, and even crouch to get under obstacles, all while staying incredibly stable. The magic behind its movement is a suite of sensors and some brilliant AI. The Vision 60 uses LiDAR, which is like radar but with lasers, to create a real-time, three-dimensional map of its surroundings. Its AI then processes this map to plan the most efficient and stable path forward, constantly adjusting each leg's position to maintain balance. This is what allows it to walk, run, and even recover if it gets knocked over. It's not just following a pre-programmed route, it's actively perceiving and adapting to its environment, which is a massive leap in autonomous navigation. But it's not just for walking around. These robo-dogs are being tested as mobile sensor platforms. You can strap on different payloads like high-definition cameras, thermal sensors, or even chemical detectors. The AI on board can be programmed to look for specific things. For instance, it can patrol a fence line and use computer vision to detect if a section has been cut, or it can identify an unauthorized vehicle or person and send an immediate alert back to security forces. It's an unblinking, untiring sentinel that can cover huge areas without getting bored or distracted, providing an extra layer of security for critical infrastructure. Imagine you're a soldier on a long patrol, carrying a heavy pack with gear, ammo, and supplies. It's exhausting. Now imagine having a robotic pack mule that follows you everywhere, carrying all that weight for you. That's the basic idea behind the THeMIS unmanned ground vehicle made by the European company Milrem Robotics. This thing is a workhorse. It's a hybrid electric modular platform that looks like a small tank chassis without a top. It's being used by several NATO countries, not as a fighter, but as a crucial support unit. Its primary job is to lighten the load for soldiers. What makes the THeMIS so smart is its AI-enabled navigation system. It has several modes. In one mode, called Follow Me, a soldier wears a small beacon, and the THeMIS uses its sensors to lock on and follow that soldier at a set distance like a loyal dog. But the really advanced part is its waypoint navigation. You can give it a destination on a map and its AI will figure out the best way to get there all by itself. It uses its cameras and sensors to perform obstacle avoidance, so it won't crash into trees, rocks, or buildings. It can even be programmed to understand terrain, choosing a smoother path over a rocky one to protect its cargo. And because it's modular, it's like a Swiss Army knife. You can attach a cargo bed for supplies, a stretcher for evacuating a wounded soldier, or even a remote-controlled weapon station for base defense. The AI has to be adaptable enough to understand how these different payloads change the vehicle's center of gravity and handling. During NATO exercises, the THeMIS has proven it can dramatically increase the endurance and effectiveness of an infantry squad. It's a perfect example of how AI in the military isn't always about fighting. Sometimes it's about being the strongest and smartest helper on the team. For our last one, we're taking to the skies and landing on one of the most difficult and dangerous places to land an aircraft carrier. This is the Northrop Grumman X-47B. It looks like a stealth bomber, but there's one huge difference. There's no pilot inside. This is an unmanned combat air system, and it's a giant leap forward in naval aviation. While we have plenty of remote-controlled drones, the X-47B was designed to test something far more complex: true autonomy. Its AI had to be smart enough to perform the most challenging tasks in aviation without any real-time human control. The most incredible feat of the X-47B is its ability to land on a moving aircraft carrier completely on its own. A carrier deck is a tiny pitching rolling runway in the middle of the ocean. The AI uses a combination of GPS, high-integrity data links with the ship, and its own onboard sensors to calculate the perfect approach. It has to constantly make micro-adjustments to its speed, altitude and angle to account for wind and the ship's movement. It's a task that pushes even the most experienced human pilots to their limits, and this AI did it flawlessly during its tests with the US Navy. The X-47B also demonstrated autonomous aerial refueling, another incredibly difficult maneuver where it has to perfectly match the speed and position of a tanker plane. The AI behind these capabilities is a digital brain that can make its own decisions to execute the overall mission plan. A human operator might give it the high-level command, like land on the USS George H.W. Bush, but the AI handles every single complex action required to make that happen. Although the X-47B was a demonstrator program, the AI and technology developed for it are now being integrated into the Navy's next generation of carrier-based drones, fundamentally changing the future of air power at sea. So there you have it, 5 incredible machines that are more science than fiction, operating on land, sea, and air. From the vigilant sentry on the Korean border to the robo-dog patrolling an airbase, and the jet that can land itself on a moving ship, we're seeing a fundamental shift in military technology. This isn't just about making stronger weapons, it's about creating intelligent partners that can process information and perform tasks at a level that was impossible just a few years ago. It's both awe-inspiring and a little bit unsettling to think about. These robots are just the beginning of AI's impact on modern warfare. As the technology gets smarter, faster, and more capable, the collaboration between humans and machines on the battlefield is only going to get deeper and more complex. It raises all sorts of new questions about strategy, ethics, and what the future of conflict will look like. We're truly living in a time of unprecedented technological change, and the developments in this space will shape global security for decades to come. We covered a lot of ground today, from robotic mules to autonomous fighter jets. It's clear that AI is no longer on the horizon. It's here, and it's already making a massive impact. We're really curious to hear your thoughts on all this. Which one surprised you the most? Was it the talking turret, the carrier landing drone, or something else? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into futuristic tech, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching.